friend, welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here today. We're gonna be decorating my kitchen and dining area for Christmas, and I'm very, very excited. This year, when it comes to Christmas decor, well, I feel like every year at this point, I'm really inspired by natural elements, lots of greenery, pine cones, orange slices, just a very traditional wintry Christmas. And if you missed it, in my last video, we decorated my great room space and entry, and I shared all of that. So definitely go check that out. But today, like I said, we're gonna be here in the kitchen. This morning, I deep cleaned. I took everything off the counters. We're starting with a clean slate today. That's my favorite way to decorate. It's how I find that I'm most creative typically. And so I have not pre-decorated at all. We're like just going for it today. But I will say I really want to be intentional with the decor pieces that I choose in here. We don't have like a ton of countertop space. We have a big island, but I don't want it to feel cluttered. I really just want it to feel minimalistic, and what I do decorate with, I want it to make a big statement. So it'll be a challenge today, but I'm excited. I can't wait for this space to feel all cozy and merry and be ready to decorate cookies and just cook and enjoy this space with my family this holiday season. So all that to say, I'm excited. I hope you are too. And yeah, let's get started. But before we go any farther, I kindly wanted to thank BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. If you don't know, BetterHelp is on a mission to make therapy easier. And I can truly say that has been the case for me over the last couple of years. I have really enjoyed my therapy journey. You know, something that my therapist had me start practicing, goodness, over a year ago at this point, was to wake up every morning and write just a couple of things in a journal. I like to call it my gratitude journal. And I was thinking about this with it being November and Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for. And I think when we start our day with gratitude, with writing just a couple of things down and sitting with it for just a couple of moments, it's amazing how that begins to set the tone for your day and ultimately the month and eventually your life. And I know for me, therapy has been so beneficial in just grounding me, keeping me accountable to what I truly have in life and how blessed I truly am. And it can be easy to get stressed out, to get overwhelmed. You know, life is crazy and busy and we all have hard seasons, but we also all have something to be grateful for. And I know that I'm grateful for my therapist through BetterHelp. And just like that gratitude journal, therapy provides tools and exercises in my life that I wouldn't otherwise have or know about that has benefited me so much. And getting started with BetterHelp is a really simple process. You just fill out a questionnaire. It doesn't take long at all, and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist in just as little as a couple of days. It costs nothing additional to change therapists. If it takes a little bit to find the right fit, that's totally normal. And a therapist is there to give you professional, unbiased advice. They are in your corner for you to help you with whatever you're going through or whatever you need to talk out. And I know for me personally, talk therapy has just truly changed my life. And so I just want to remind you that therapy is a sign of strength and not weakness. And if you're struggling or you just need someone to talk to, consider BetterHelp. You can go to betterhelp.com/Amy Fritz and you can get 10% off of your first month's therapy. And again, a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. So starting out here in our dining hearth space, I shared the mantle decorated in my last video. I have some beautiful pine garlands, some dried hydrangeas, but I wanted to add this dried orange slice wreath. It's so cute. I bought it at a craft fair, but you can tell she easily just hot glued the orange slices together, and this would be really easy to recreate, and I think it's so beautiful. So I love paper whites at Christmas, but to be honest, the real ones don't smell the best. So I have these faux paper white bulbs. And if you don't know, these are a traditional Christmas bulb. You could use any kind of floral foam. I happen to have this smaller pot with foam inside already that I used, and I placed it in a larger pot from a local garden center just to make it look more real and more elevated. To fill in the top, I just used some moss. And then just for a little winter Christmas flair, in addition to that, I added some pine cones. I decided to add some decor to the hearth area. I started with this vintage crock and I added some fire logs. Caleb just cut some of these logs last season and we still had them. Our fireplace is gas, but I love how it adds a more realistic look. And then I had this gathering basket I placed on the opposite side, and I just stuck whatever leftover greenery I had on hand. It wasn't a lot. It's just kind of random. These cedar sprigs are from Hobby Lobby. I have tons of them, and I just wanted to make the basket look and feel really full. And then where there were sparse spots, I placed some pine cones. And I cannot wait to continue to enjoy this hearth area. It's sort of just like a formal sitting area. I sit here almost every single morning, turn on the fire, and have a cup of coffee, and I just love this little space. Now let's move into the kitchen space, starting with my hood vent. I just have this beautiful greenery wreath. I don't even know where it's from. I've had it for such a long time. I want to say it's from Hobby Lobby, but I didn't even add a ribbon to it. I just love the simplicity of natural greenery, and that was really my inspiration today. I have this thrifted vase. I love the grapevine detailing on it, and I added more of that cedar from Hobby Lobby to the vase, and I just kind of tucked it away in this corner, and I love the pop of green over here. I had not changed up my decor in this corner in over a year, and so it's fun just to freshen it up. It didn't take a lot to make it feel wintry and Christmassy, and I love that. I always like to use cutting boards to cover the outlets. I think it just looks nice. And then because I love extra glow during the winter months, I added this LED taper candle. I have a whole set from Amazon, and I just placed it in a thrifted piece of pottery, and it looks so beautiful, along with the rest of my everyday kitchen decor, like my little egg holder, my tea kettle for making lots of cups of tea in the evenings. I do have this tea towel. It came from the Magnolia line at Target, and I just went ahead and placed that on our oven as well. I say this every kitchen decorating video, but especially, most importantly, during the winter months, nothing beats having a cozy little lamp in your space during the evening. Dreaded dark months. This one came from Hobby Lobby, and I love to place it in a tray with some cutting boards, again to hide that outlet, and I feel like creating a vignette, it just feels more put together. I had this little wicker basket, and I went ahead and stuck just tiny little pieces of greenery, just stuff I already had on hand, and then went in with some more pine cones. So definitely going with that evergreen pine cone look. I almost feel like I was decorating for January today in my kitchen space, but to be honest, I love it because I won't get tired of it. And I love a super decorated living room space, but in the kitchen, I like to keep it minimal because I work in here every day. And so less is more, in my opinion. Now here on the island, I decided to keep it simple with another vignette using a woven tray, a small crock with some dish brushes, and then to carry out the topiaries that I have on that mantle in the dining room, I decided to do another topiary here on the island. I tried a couple small Christmas trees and I just didn't like how they looked. I did add more moss to this topiary just like the others. But in addition to just the plant itself, I added just a little silk cream ribbon. And I find that you can pretty much add ribbon to anything and it's automatically Christmas decor. It just makes it look a little bit more festive. And last but not least, I'm adding this Home for the Holidays candle from Antique Candle Company. It smells so good. It has Christmas tree notes, it has vanilla, it just smells like Christmas. It's a wonderful addition to this kitchen space. Now moving to the dining area, we have this thrifted hutch that I painted several years ago. I love this piece. I just display my white dishware on it and I keep it really simple, just like the rest of my decor, but to the top of it here, I have some thrifted baskets, but I wanted to add some greenery. So I have 3 garlands, a Norfolk pine garland, a cedar garland, and a eucalyptus garland. And I just added warm Christmas lights to it. And oh my word, such a beautiful statement to this piece, as well as this cute little Christmas tree. I added another ribbon to it, and this came from Target last year. And then I had these cute little wreaths and I didn't know what to do with them, so I decided to hang them on the back of our wicker chairs. And I really like how it looks. It adds just a little festive touch without being too much. But I really like how it turned out. I've never done that before. And now I'm just gonna put a couple of final touches in this space, a few ribbons, some more greenery, and you will see how the final result looks. But I hope today's video was just a short and sweet encouragement to you. I hope it gave you some decorating ideas and inspiration for your home. I love how this space turned out. I feel like I made statements in the places I wanted to and kept it minimalistic in the areas I wanted to as well. And it sort of all came together in the end. But I just wanted you to know that I'm so grateful for you this holiday season. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you really soon in the next one. Bye, friend.